Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know, I am Jeannie Ruth, and I am a Chalk Couture designer, which is a very fancy word for I do a lot of workshops and sell and make home decor. So that is not all I do, but that is what we're doing today. Mostly what you'll see on this channel is DIYs. I do a lot of chalk paint, a lot of inking, which is what we're doing today, and I do a lot of paper crafts and things like that. Things that you can do yourself, things that you can find at Dollar Tree and redo for your own home decor that you could almost duplicate something that you've seen at a higher end store. So that is what we do, what I do on regular. My goal is to come to you every 3 times a week. I am hoping to go for Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Mondays will generally be a chalk or ink design. Thursdays is kind of up for grabs. It could be chalk, it could be ink, it could be paper crafting. It could be using something from Dollar Tree to make something that looks more high-end. So that is what we'll be doing. Today we're going to take these hand towels, dish towels, kitchen towels that I got from Ikea. These were 79 cents a piece. I was so excited yesterday. And we're going to be inking on this bottom part. And you know it's the bottom because the top has this little loop. And that's so that you can hang it on things in your kitchen so that it can hang up. You can also loop it over your stove or one of those handles on a cabinet, but you want to do the bottom, not the top. Just remember the loop goes to the top. So we are going to be using these, it's called, give me a moment, stackable home cutouts. I'm going to be doing Welcome to Our Home and Probably Love Is Spoken Here. I have red and I have blue. These are the only 2 colors that I found yesterday. So I'll be doing one of each. I'll be using black ink because it will show up the best. Remember which is your top and which is your bottom. And what you do first is you take the stencils out of their package. Wish I'd done it before because it's very noisy. I'm sorry about that. And then you just take regular scissors and you cut along this white line. Anywhere there is white, ink will go through the stencil, and that is very important to remember, because if you decide you like 2 things side by side, you have to remember that white line. I did not the other day and completely ruined a shirt because it has a white line right straight down the middle of its back, and that was not intended. So I was very frustrated. I tried to wash it before ironing it because you have to iron it to set the ink. You're going to iron it at 350 for, I think it says 2 to 5 minutes. But anyway, I tried to iron it. I tried to wash it really quickly, but you can still see the shadow of the ink. And so, well, unless I get a great big stencil to put on that back, I don't know what I'll do with that shirt other than wear it around to mow the house. So we take our stencil, and this is exceptionally easy. Seriously, anyone can do this. I want to make sure my base is straight, and I can do that using, these are silicone mats underneath, and I use them because I can wash them. I just scrub them in the sink. I've had more paint on these than you can imagine. So I want to put Welcome to Our Home. Let's try to get it well centered. Drop it. It needs to go this way just a little bit. I'm trying to watch it in the camera because then I don't know which way I'm moving it. About right about there. Is that looking straight? Looks pretty straight. Now, what you want to do is make sure you press down all that green around the white, because if you don't, the ink will bleed underneath. And it might anyway because it's cloth, but we're going to do our best. And this is Welcome to Our Home. It'd be really cute. And when you stop and think about it, you can use these stencils repeatedly. They say up to 8 times, but I've known people who've used them far more than that. So you're going to use a very small amount of ink. And the fact that you use such a small amount of ink means that one thing of ink will last you just forever. Ever and ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slather it on. I have a squeegee. And we just squeegee over it, just like if you've ever seen silk screen shirts being made. Same idea, smaller operation. I don't have to do it, repeatedly 1,500 times. So I'm just going to squeegee all over that. I'm going to take all the excess ink because we can use that on our next towel. I'm going to take the corner here and pull it off. And normally the stencils, you put them on a towel to do what we call fuzzing. And we do that to get it to not stick so hard. So there we go. Welcome to our home. I can now take this over and just wash it in the sink. So I'm just going to set it off to the side. And I'll do that once we're finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside so it can dry. Make sure I don't get ink all over it because I'm good at that. I want to grab the blue one. It doesn't really take long to dry. I need to wipe my hands. Always keep baby wipes around because they're the best, or any kind of hand wipe. Because for me, I am not having a good time if I did not get ink all over me. If I don't get craft stuff all over me, I'm not having a good time. Now here's our lip again. A little lip at the top. So that one we want away. Wipe this off just because I got a little spot there. I'm pretty sure it was dry, but never, ever be too careful. So we're going to set this down. And I ironed it earlier, but I did not obviously iron it well enough because the wrinkles came back. So now we're going to take the other Love is Spoken here. Peel it. Our center. Looks good. Press it down real well. And I am not going to add any ink to that squeegee. I am just, well, I lied because it slipped down into the ink. But I'm just going to take what's on here and use it for our sake. This is how I get ink all over me. But it washes right off. So that is what's really nice about this. Cut places here. I don't know if you can see them. You probably can't see them as well as I can. Just a tad bit of the ink. I just want to get those areas that are just a little light. And then when I scrape backwards, you can see that I've got all of those words in. I say that. I can see that I've got them. You may not be able to see. So let me make sure I have no ink on my fingertips. So I can grab this off. Again, I get it all over me, but it comes right off. It's one of the really nice things, because I've worked with a lot of craft materials that you get it on you, that's permanent. You're going to wear that until it comes off. So there we go. Love is Spoken here. So I'm going to take those and wash them. I'm going to let these dry, and we'll be right back to heat set them, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, we're back. What I have done is I've put my press cloth down and a piece of parchment paper. And even though this is dry, I still want to put parchment paper over it on the off chance any of it is still wet. I don't want it to get on my Cricut ironer. My big block, if you will. I'm not sure what it's called. Don't know the name of it. Probably what we're going to do is, with the parchment on top, I'm going to take the iron, big old iron. It just told me it was up to speed, up to the heat that I wanted. I'm going to set it on there, and I'm going to press the green, and it's going to do it for 30 seconds. Once that, I'm going to rotate, and it will do another 30 seconds. So y'all don't really want to watch it iron for 2 minutes. So I'm going to speed through this, and I'll come back and show you. And here are our 2 towels. We're finished. They have been heat set, so that is permanent now. And they are ready to go into anyone's kitchen. If you like this content and you want to see more of this content, I would very much appreciate it if you would subscribe, click that like, and please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I acknowledge all comments.